What is up, guys? We are here doing a thing. You're here listening to the thing. We're a sequel nobody asked for. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Check out our giveaway in the description. You can win Pokemon cards, Funko Pops, gift cards, all that fun stuff. We've had a winner or two. We're going to be announcing another one soon too. But they share what they get from us, and that brought a tear to my eye. One single tear dropped. And I was like, wow, somebody appreciated something we did. Bang, childhood. There we go.
Yeah.
I never got
childhood.
that feeling.
That's
no.
Justin says.
Okay, so moving on. We're going to be making a movie today. We need to make the next big box office hit, but for Christmas, because it's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas. So what we're going to do is get a little blue dabu dee dabu die. I had an idea. Avatar came out.
True.
Why don't we steal it? That's
Like
what
the
every
Grinch
big production
stole
company
Christmas.
does. You know why you see the movies that come out that are like the same premise? There's like 3 movies that come out within the same year that are literally almost the same exact thing. It's because production companies in Hollywood, they're selling scripts. Somebody gets a hold of a script, someone else sees the same script, and they go, we can do that better. Like, it's a whole bidding war. It's a behind the scenes, like that's why some Marvel movies, the DC movies, seem to replicate some of them pretty timely, if I do say so. Like, there's some insider people who are giving out some information. I say we get deep behind Avatar lines before Avatar 3 comes out. We make, and like we kind of talked about this before, I say we make ELFATAR.
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 That is a great idea. I can get behind that for sure. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think I might like that idea better than the original,
I know for a fact I do. Premise, guys, I hate the Avatar movies. Not because they're terrible, not because they're just not nearly as good as people make them out to be. Like, I love James Cameron. It is extremely overhyped to the point of like, I'm not going to see the new one unless I'm literally strapped to a chair. And
guys, if we get enough punishment points, we will strap Justin to a chair and put
fill his
mayonnaise
pants
in his pants. Yeah, you can just tell by the connotation. That was a full Alex. I hope you're watching. That was all.
He is. Friend. He's watching strapped into a chair because that's how the only way we get him to watch our content.
His pants.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
we're doing
I think there's a lot of potential there. In my head, it straight goes to, instead of going into their fusion pod to go be a giant blue guy, they become out a short, pointy-eared guy.
Yes.
And they're infiltrating the North Pole. I think that could be a pretty interesting concept. Trying to get something from the North Pole. I don't know what knowledge they're trying to gain or something like that. But
and like the cool thing about Avatar, the first one, was the main character had lost his ability to walk. Mm-hmm. So for him to get this avatar that was fully functioning, could live, breathe, do this awesome stuff, really cool part of the story. That's about where that starts and ends for me. Mm-hmm. Like, that is the coolest part about the movie. Is like, that is such a cool premise. It's an awesome thing for people who that are like can relate to that. Literally, it's like, oh, that is so cool. Like, what if this was a thing? That's where that ends, and I think that's kind of where in this movie we do the opposite. We do someone that is very tall.
LeBron James.
Yes, we get a very tall basketball player.
Like super hyper athletic, and put them into a tiny,
specifically tinier, like elf-sized, and also very stocky, very overweight, very just like opposite of LeBron James. Okay. Not because that's necessarily a bad thing to be, but it's just the opposite of what LeBron James is used to. And
kind of like a almost like Jumanji-esque. The newer Jumanji stuff where they go into the bodies that don't fit who they should be, quote unquote.
Mean, Kevin Hart can be in it. He can be the elf. That's fine. LeBron James turns into Kevin Hart.
I mean, and should have a goal. Like, why are we sending in LeBron James to the North Pole?
So it's resources. 100% like Pandora, the whatever the movie called, Avatar. I literally can't even think of it.
I think we can go 2 routes then. You say resources. I think 2 very different routes. One, global warming, we need the snow to save the world. Something like that, because never ending snow in the North Pole, it's always snowing, whatever that might be, we're getting that. Or it's literally just capitalism, and we need the production prowess of the North Pole. We need to produce things, whatever. Those are the two ways in my brain goes.
Number two makes sense, and I think that us, the elf infiltrators, the humans,
Infiltrators, yep,
are actually causing global warming, and this is the only place on Earth that has proper stuff going on, and it's because we are trying to fuel this pod system.
Oh, is it because all of our fossil fuels or whatever are going into these pods?
Yes,
but they don't use fossil fuels because they're working on magic.
Because they have magic,
and we're taking it. Okay,
we're trying to take the magic, and it's one to
the
help
NBA
with global
is getting
warming.
canceled,
But
that's why NBA is on its way out. Can't do it anymore.
WNBA is on the rise.
Yeah, and so because of the global warming or whatever we figure out is the reason that we're going to these pods. So that's why LeBron is like, "Yep, get me in there, coach. Put me in.
We're doing this." I think that he, on his adventure, he finds out that the elves are just like him. Same type of deal, but Santa has other plans. Santa, just like the mirror, the two sides of the coin, that is ELFATAR and Avatar, Santa Claus is going to need a giant mech suit.
Oh good.
Because the main bad guy,
he gets into a giant reindeer.
But that's the thing, is Santa is the bad guy in this one, which is where it varies, because Santa's on the good team, but all Santa's the elves are good.
You know why? Because he gives out so much coal.
That's the fossil fuel.
The fossil fuels. Okay. He's giving out all the coal, and he's in behind the scenes pulling these strings, so everyone needs the stuff from the North Pole to support their economy. Boom, because he's giving coal, not just to naughty kids.
The elves are the good guys, but Santa,
they just don't know. They're they start off as the oblivious do-gooders.
Wow, this is already better than Avatar because there's a twist. Avatar was just Fern Gully 2.0, Pocahontas 3.0. This has a twist where this would be as if Sigourney Weaver was actually the bad guy, and not just the weird scientist that shows up randomly, and then in the second one they make her daughter, but it's just Sigourney Weaver again.
I haven't seen the second one. Spoiler alert.
No, it's in the trailer.
Oh, I haven't seen that either. Put it on the screen. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, it's very uncanny. So that is why we need Kevin Hart to also play 4 other elves in the next one.
That would be an interesting. In my head, it's not like a whole program, because that always weirded me out too with Avatar. Something happened where they didn't want the avatars as part of the Na'vi. The Na'vi didn't like them.
Yes.
So why are they there? Why don't you just make it so they're from another tribe and they're coming over? If you're going to learn the language and do everything else, I don't know. That was a weird part of it. I think this, because it's not and it's kind of like a whole other race and everything like that, but I feel like the Kevin Hart character would just go in as if he's an elf from some other part. Oh yeah, my uncle.
I'm an elf from the South Pole.
Nantucket, Yeah.
100%.
Something like that.
I think, how does the movie end is the thing.
So clearly, I feel like Kevin Hart,
which is truly LeBron James.
True LeBron James. Which would also be funny if Kevin Hart was a real person. And hold on. Kevin Hart is just the DNA they took to make these elf people. He's a real character in the movie as well. But they're just we need the perfect elf specimen. And he's on commercials and stuff like that as the elf.
If Kevin Hart gets a hold of this podcast, he's going to kill us.
He's on screen, all for it, hyped up, be the next elf, man, whatever. And it's Kevin Hart. But then behind the scenes, God, I can't believe who wrote me into this. Why the heck am I doing this? Type thing. But anyway, he's a real character in the movie, but then also the elf base. But I think that obviously you got to take Santa down,
Yeah.
In some way, Santa has to be taken down. You find out maybe it's an evil Santa, something like that, but Santa has to be replaced in some way.
Who becomes new Santa? Sigourney Weaver.
LeBron James. What do you mean? Um,
But is it LeBron James as the elf, or
No.
is it?
no, see,
It's
this
just
is where it differs. He doesn't stay the elf. He gains all the trust and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden, like for some reason, the program gets cut. Something happens with it where it's cut off for like funding reasons, or literally like it just
well, that
doesn't
could be a
work
third
anymore.
act thing. Like part of it is him regaining trust from them as like,
As
oh
LeBron.
hey, I am
Mhm.
LeBron actually, and
Yeah.
whatever, and like all of them are not LeBron fans. They're all into other teams.
Mhm. Yeah, they're all upset with him for leaving Cleveland.
Yep, exactly.
But he shows up and has to convince, like, they're at first he's not telling them that he was the elf. He's like, oh, they're all gonna hate me, but they hate him anyway. And then he starts doing stuff, he starts building trust or whatever, and then something happens where they're all talking about this other elf man that was LeBron, and he has to come out and say it. Then they lose trust again.
And then the moment where
they prove himself,
when they finally earn the trust, they go, he was LeBron all along. Like that's the like they look into the camera. It's like he was truly LeBron all along.
Yep.
And
then right, and then there's gonna be some big battle or something with the mech or whatever else it is. And then
what would be the antagonizing thing? It's like a mech, and then like just him using a bunch of like Christmas equipment,
well, I
like
think the
garland and
elves,
stuff,
you'll have
swinging around,
you'll have a
like Ewok style.
of the elves creating some sort of. I think it's not like necessarily a big mech, but I think since he's already a big person, you give him some sort of like Iron Man-esque suit made out of like toys and such. I'm thinking kind of like Megazord style, where it's got like the different pieces of like, oh, you got Elf on a shelf on his shoulder,
truck.
and like fire truck on his feet, fire truck, and like a dump truck on the other one, like generic toy stuff.
Yeah,
he's got a snow globe helmet or something. I don't know.
Ooh,
but like
snow globe helmet
is what he's doing to fight.
Because you know how funny it would be is you pick him up, like
Santa grabs him at one point,
and then goes, and it's literally like a whole thing, and then you see all the snow going around. He's like, whoa.
And I think like as he goes into battle, all the elves yell, "LeBron James,
LeBron James."
Yep.
And then I think it ends on somebody like literally like, you know what, LeBron James, you're not that bad, whatever. And like they go to do like a piece of paper in a garbage can kind of thing, and they go, Kobe, and then it stops, and like everyone looks at them and is like
the record scratch moment.
Yeah, like and then it just stops.
Oh god.
Because that's the actual villain for the next one.
Is the guy that shot it saying Kobe?
No, it's Kobe Bryant. And this is a sequel nobody asked for, guys. We hope you check out ELFATAR. It's going to be in theaters sometime eventually. I'm sure everybody steals our ideas already, so we're looking at you, GMM.
Guys, check out that giveaway. We got free stuff coming at you. Check out the links, all that fun stuff. We got cool new content coming all the time. We got so much stuff coming out. It's great. Free to enter that giveaway, by the way, guys. It's free to enter. Check out that link. Get yourself some free stuff. All right. Happy holidays.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Put that cookie down now!